Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The day
Welcome back.
is May 31st on another episode of This is Context, Not Content. I'm your host, Diego.
I'm your host, Vic.
And once again, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and also click that tiny bell at the bottom so you can be notified when we upload new content.
Yeah.
Once again, as usual, never forget, don't take it out of context for your content. You had something on the menu that something you cooked up and something was on the menu. You about to cook it up.
Yeah, I was talking about the Roots picnic with JayZ bought out State Prop. He bought out Petey Crack, Freeway, Siegel. Memphis Bleak was there too. He bought him out. He bought all of them out and bought everybody out but Owen Sparks. And then he did a little freestyle where he addressed all of his I guess his haters, his beef with Drake and Dame, and a couple other people. But it was dope. He combed out the dreads. He had his fro out. He was dressed in all black, matching the state property cat. So yeah, it was dope. It was dope. I liked it, man.
He came out with he did Jaguar right too. You said right?
Yeah. Jaguar right, Drake. Of course he was going to diss Drake. That's the thing that everybody pointed out.
So then I want to talk about that Vanity Fair interview he had when he was opposed to rap beef between the Drake and Kendrick Lamar. He was opposed to it that we shouldn't beef anymore. But now you're a walking contradiction. Now you're beefing.
Okay. Is that what he said? He said he didn't like the Drake and the Kendrick beef?
It wasn't good for hip hop.
He didn't approve of it?
Yeah, it wasn't good for hip hop.
Yeah,
that's what he said.
Interesting. So, I mean, I don't know. I guess he just can't go without somebody saying his name. He gonna have to say something, But that's Jay, man.
I think I think what he really gets mad about is when these rappers slaughter another rapper. They say you got Ether. That bothers him. I'm pretty sure that gets under his skin because Ether was that put him in the grave for a minute. It was one foot in, one foot out. I'm just being honest. So yeah, I think he doesn't like that.
Yeah, that's I can definitely agree with that. I mean, that's like a pop culture thing now, right?
Yes, sure. You got Ether.
Yeah. And they're gonna always be like, wonder where that term came from, and they're gonna look back at that beef and say,
there you go.
Ether.
Finish him.
Yeah. Shout out to Nas, man. Shout out to Jay too.
And your casino, congratulations on that.
Yeah.
Congratulations on your casino you got approved for. So
yeah, he doing big things, man. He doing big things. And a lot of people thought Nas was done for. They was like, oh, he can't rap no more, but he was doing other things other than rap to get paid. He was making JayZ moves, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of people don't see that because he's not he's not opening clubs and he's not doing a bunch of stuff like other people are doing, endorsing liquors and stuff like that.
And he does it with Hennessy, but like you said, I understand what you're saying because it's like certain people post everything they do on social media and certain people don't. But that doesn't mean that they're not going to the Cayman Islands or going here, there, going to the south of France, or Bahamas or Miami or wherever you want to go.
Right.
So I see it. Yeah, behind in the background to do it. That's the smooth way of doing it. Everything is not for everybody to know.
Right.
If you're feeding the homeless, you're not doing it for the cameras to be there. You're just doing giveaways because you want to do it. So and you don't need the notoriety. So some people need that notoriety. So shout out to Nas for getting that money silently with those good investments that you invested in, and that's good.
Salute. What do you think of your man Kevin Hart getting into the vodka business, or is it tequila that he has? He has a new.
He has alcohol.
Yeah.
Oh, so they found a replacement for Diddy, huh?
Is it? Oh yeah, I guess you would say that.
Yeah, I got it. I mean, I already see from the roast. I already know what direction. I already know what door he already walked into. So that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I know what door he stepped. He probably two-stepped in there too. Real. Take me through there. Take me through there.
Did you see the roast that they had with Cat Williams? They invited Cat Williams to the roast, to the Kevin Hart roast? And
yes.
Did you see what the stuff that Cat Williams was saying.
Yes, and I believe he meant every word of it.
Every word of it.
Every word he said, he absolutely meant it.
Yeah.
But you can't let the Caucasians come on in and do the George Floyd thing, and that wasn't cool.
Right.
It wasn't
Yeah. I don't
acceptable.
think that was.
You cut them off, but then once again, you're inviting these comedians. Their comedy is borderline racist.
Mm-hmm.
So why would you pick and choose them? But a roast is also supposed to be about the person and the people who are roasting, the other roastees. So why would you even say, "Oh, I forgot, I can't say it quote by quote," but something George Floyd isn't even breathing; he's looking up. But you saying he in hell?
Right.
That's crazy. But you could have cut that off.
Yeah.
Tom Brady did that with Robert Kraft at his roast, because Robert Kraft was messing with the prostitutes, but he was paying for them. It wasn't like the sex trafficking thing. He was doing a Lamar Odom. He like 80. He was getting in, man. He was taking a lot of vitamins or something. For real. For real. But yeah, he shut it down. Like once he heard like 2 words, he's like, "Nah, we're not gonna do that here.
Yeah.
Not at my roast.
Yeah.
That's my own. I played for the squad. He owned. He paid me well. We did well. Did good business together. You're not gonna talk about it.
Right.
That's not for this. He's not even here. He's not part of the roast. So Kevin Hart, we know you 2-step through that door, slide to the left. So it's all good, man. So he's the Diddy replacement. That's probably why he has alcohol now. Yeah, he's the replacement.
Okay.
They know he's willing to bend over. It don't have to be a coin on the floor. Nothing. He's gonna bend over. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So.
All right. And did you have anything on the plate to discuss? You heard Lotto dissed Cardi B on her new joint.
Moving on. So, what are your thoughts on the high school, the graduation? Fights, man.
That made it all the way to the New York Times, man, which is crazy. My thoughts on it are just, we need to do better, man, because we just feeding into the stereotypes that all of these people say about us, man, and it's bad, especially when you're supposed to be celebrating the growth of a young person into a man and graduating from high school, and like for something like to just like that was just so man. Very poor taste, man. Very poor taste.
Taking away from people moments, man. Especially children going to that next level. You could be the first person in your family to graduate. You never know. So like somebody, I don't know the situation, but either way it's wrong. It's a time and place for everything.
Absolutely.
So for you to jump out of the audience and attack a kid, it's crazy.
Yeah.
To me, it's just insane.
It's crazy, man.
So. And then the second day,
for it to be publicized like that, and just
the second day. What about the second day? The day after, the parents, the parents got it outside the Siegel Center. The second day,
they're gonna stop having graduations altogether, and they're gonna be virtual. I'm telling you, I'm calling it now. Virtual graduations are coming because y'all don't know how to act. And y'all, when I say y'all, you know
these
what
the adults though. And these the adults though, the people that's older, like for parents and the person who jumped out of the crowd.
The dude that did it, I think he was 18 or he was 20. But regardless,
you old enough to know better.
You a grown man, so you should have known better. And then it was some girls out there fighting too. Like it was I seen some girl go hit a dude. Like it was crazy, man.
Anarchy.
It was crazy.
Yeah, that's all I can think of just now. That it just was. It was
what do you think?
Taste.
What do you think we can do to prevent stuff like that from happening? Like, I know this is always the discussion that we have when everything's like, what could we have done to prevent it? Like, and I can answer that, and I say it's nothing that takes years and years.
For like to get us on
man, that's like nothing.
To not
right,
look
that's
like
not something that's gonna happen overnight.
Yeah.
Like people think it can happen with just a rally and walks and stuff like that. Like it's a start, but it takes years and years and years for us because we have to get out that mind state first. We got to get out the mind state of where we in. That's gonna the stuff that's making us do that, all those triggers that's gonna make us go and just hit somebody out in public like that at a graduation of all places. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to get out of that mind state.
But I don't like the rallies. I'm with you. Like I think people, if you're gonna do them, be consistent. But I think the reason why a lot of people do rallies is for the notoriety. They're only gonna do it when like something like somebody's a police officer kills a black individual wrong way, you know, with treated wrong. They're gonna do that. They're gonna get on that wave because it's gonna be the social media wave. So they're gonna jump on it. They're gonna ride on it. And they're gonna capitalize from it. You understand what I'm saying? But when we killing each other, it's none of that.
I think it's some people that genuinely care about it. They're just not consistent with it. You got to keep that same energy constantly. Like I said, it takes years for that change to happen. It can't just happen with 1 or 2 nights of you thinking like this. Like, you got to constantly think about that and got to have that energy moving on into the future.
You can't, to me, you can't care about something. You're not consistent, so you're just leaving it. I don't think you can care about something if you're leaving it and you're like, I think I'm gonna just, let me go do a march and protest because such and such happened. So
Most people they're gonna do that so they can feel good about themselves and just to say that, hey, I did something to try to stop it.
And take a picture in front of stuff of monumental stuff and just that's
just like they did. We seen it all. We seen it all.
It's true.
Because when you gotta take a picture of it, and it's like some people are just commemorating it though, I would say. But I will say, if you posting it and putting it up for everybody to see, then I think you're doing it for.
That's the majority of the world, though. That's what they do. That's why I said that they're looking for that attention and what's hot to ride that wave. And that's not a wave to even be ridden road, but that's what they're doing. They're going to ride the wave and get views. Either way, they're capitalizing off of a situation that shouldn't be even shared or put on social media, nothing. So, it's just, that's the world we live in, man. With us, like, so we'll never get it together. It's part of the program. Like I said, it goes back to the slave mentality. It's always been like that.
That's what I said. We gotta
go against each other, and that's going to be hard. It's already programmed.
For hundreds of years, it's been in us. That's why I said it's going to take a long time for that to get out.
The separation was already there from the beginning for us to go against each other. And not really care about each other.
Because look, you don't see black people out here protesting about that fight. But if it was a white person that beat up a black person, they'd be out here breaking the streets down and tearing everything down. But when we do it to ourselves, it's like we don't put all that energy into it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's a problem too. Because we always want to look at the outside like we're being hurt by these outside people, but we hurting ourselves more than they're hurting us. Like, if you look at it.
Yeah.
And I think that they don't want to address that. I mean, a lot of people, they're gonna be mad when they hear it, but I mean, it's
the truth. No matter how you cut it, how you slice it, it's the truth. So whatever.
Truth ain't always pretty, man. You got to look at it for what it is.
And see, that's the reason why we'll never get together, come together. Like you said, a lot of people see it, won't like it. Instead of trying to absorb and get the knowledge and open your mind a little bit and try to understand, then maybe all that has changed. So we're gonna think.
Do you think music aids in that?
I think.
Do you think it aids in the rowdiness and the thuggery and all of that stuff that we see, the women, how they act? And
I would say certain music, as far as like YNs, right? I would say certain music, because music industry is kind of like a lost. It's like weed now anyway. So I would say for the YNs, music, like the drill, their form of gangster music, if you want to call them. When we grew up, it's called gangster music, gangster rap, whatever. But I think for them, yes. For the females, no. As far as like the females who like to fight, because you got some female rappers. I'm talking about like female drill rappers or whatever, not the glammed up shit. So they get influenced, females, gang members, all that stuff. You see what I'm saying? So for those type of females, yes. Social media, Instagram, for the females that you're talking, like the hoes, the scantily clad, the ones that dress scantily clad, and
all the imagery.
That's the influencers that influence y'all. Never mind. Catch my drift. They influence y'all to do certain things. They ain't influencing nobody. Just influence you to live a fake lifestyle, because that's what most of them live. But that's it. I think that's where that influence comes from. on those levels with those
Mm-hmm.
scales of 3 people. So that's how it is, man. And it's sad because the internet, like I said, the internet is really most basically. With all that being said, the internet is really the problem. Social media is the problem. It's a big part of the problem because it's a facade. A lot of people are putting a false facade. Not everybody,
Mm-hmm.
but a lot of people are putting out a false facade, whether it be Instagram, whether it be Facebook, whether it be
Mm-hmm.
whatever. It's a facade. It truly is.
But do you?
Are they paid? Probably so. Are they paid like they're showing and perceived or portrayed
Mm-hmm.
like they're really paid? No. Honestly, they're not. Yeah. Go ahead.
But do you think they'll reach a point of growth and maturity similar to how we did in the future, where they would, you know, kind of change and make and try to make things better, or like kind of understand things a little better when they see life a little more, like, because a lot of them are just acting out because they young, they inexperienced, they're just learning what the world is like, because we was out there doing a bunch of crazy stuff too and
Not all
listening
of them
to.
old, son. You got grandmas and not grandmas are
Yeah, well, I'm
grandmas
not talking
now.
about
Like
them. I'm not talking about
they
them. I'm
not
talking about
everybody not
if
young.
you're
I'm talking
looking
about
at them as
all the
if
people
you're
on
looking
on
at all the
social
young
media.
people as a whole. I'm just talking about because they're our future. They're gonna be running the world when we're gone.
Oh man, the world would be
So
is
I'm
going.
just no, I'm just
It's
saying.
already going in hell in the handbasket
Out of
already. You
that
talk
bunch,
about
do you
they
think
the
it's
future?
it's some that'll come out there and be, they'll grow and be mature enough to kind of push everybody into the right direction?
Mm.
Like, cause that has to happen with them. They can't just be a generation lost. They were saying we was a generation lost.
No, they weren't.
Yeah, they were.
No, they weren't.
They were,
No,
man.
they
Yeah,
were not. They were not. Well, we're in 2 different generations anyway.
yeah. Well, my generation, they said we were a lost generation. We wore baggy pants, we wore work boots, we did a bunch of they was selling crack and doing all types of stuff. They was like, yo, this generation is done. They're killing each other on the streets and selling drugs on the corner. They selling death to each other, and they were saying the generation is lost. But I mean, here we are today. Not all of us, and I know a big percentage of us is locked up. At least a lot of people I know locked up, they're in jail, or they're dead, or they're like on drugs real bad. But it's also a percentage that's doing well for themselves, and what I'm saying, have got family lives or whatever, and are being responsible adults. So I'm saying the same thing can happen with these young people too. Like, it's gonna be a percentage of them that's going, they might be bad now. That dude that might have hit somebody in the face, he might be
Yeah,
running a company
people could
one day.
always change and get
Yeah, but
knowledge, but
that's
I
what I'm
mean, I
saying.
don't think they're the future though. Can they change their mindset? Yeah, of course, but I don't think they're the future. That might be the generation after them, but it won't be their
But
generation.
they're gonna be raising the generation after them. They're gonna be the people that's raising them.
And I'm talking about like the people that's I think generations go either 8 or 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they're not gonna raise
You
them
think
unless they have kids when they and that those kids would be a different generation as well. Unless they're having kids at the age of
I don't think
15.
it's about 8 by 10.
It's like
Let me see.
it's like either 8.
Cause I think my kids are Generation Z or something.
I think
Let
it's
me see.
8 years apart or something.
97 to 2012. So if you was born from 97 to 2012, that's Z, right? So those are the well, nah. Well, yeah, those are the YNs. Those are the ones that's like 20 right now. You
Yeah,
were
but
born
I'm
in
just talking about the
2012.
gaps between generations. I'm not questioning what generation they are.
So what generation are you?
I'm a millennial. Millennial.
Okay.
I'm
And I
81.
think I'm a Generation X.
You're in Generation X. Yeah. Uh-huh.
The
That's what you.
Generation X goes from 61 to 81, so it's 20 years. So from 61, if you were born between 61 and 81, you're Generation X. What year were you born?
81, but I'm not Generation X. That one is messed up. I don't know. I'm not Generation X. It's not 20 years between a generation.
I'm telling you what they
That mean
say.
like you're a baby boomer and a generator. That's impossible.
I'm telling you what they say on here when I'm looking at on Wikipedia.
Oh my God. Yeah, I forget you like Wikipedia, man. Or just put it in Google, man.
That's what I
Wikipedia.
put in Google. That's the
Oh,
first thing that came up was
mm-mm.
Wikipedia. I put it in Google.
Let me see. Generation X.
It's generation. I think it's. I want to say generation is X. That's the first one that came up.
Let me see.
They range in age from 34 to 49. Yeah. This is on another. This is on another thing. This is on the research, the Family Research Center, University of New Hampshire.
I don't know nobody out there. I don't trust them, man. I was messing with.
So Britannica says it stops at 80. Britannica says 1965 to 1980.
So how many years?
And then
is
the
that?
millennial is from 81 to 96.
I told you, I know I'm not no Gen X.
So, I mean, it's just two different meanings, man.
Yeah, I'm just
so,
saying.
But my whole point is this: the millennial generation, the ones that were scared of the Y2K bug.
No, son, we internet babies, man. We the original internet babies.
I'm just saying.
We had dial-up, man. We had dial-up, man.
Dial-up wasn't out in 81, son. Dial-up didn't come about until the 90s.
So how old was I in the 90s, son?
I'm just telling you.
These kids who was born in 99 was the internet.
They were the internet babies.
They couldn't understand.
They were the true internet babies.
When we had internet when we was 16.
Because we didn't get it till we was 16. They was born into the internet age.
Oh my gosh. That makes no sense.
It makes perfect sense.
We had dial-up. That was the internet. We had AOL.
We wasn't in the internet age.
We messed with the computer. We knew what a computer was.
When we was like halfway through life.
Not me. I was 16.
You was almost a man. You was 2 years from being a grown man. You did not grow up with computers.
I did.
You just said it was 16 when the internet came out.
We did.
So you didn't grow up growing up.
And we still progressed from dial-up to Wi-Fi.
So you telling me you was already grown up?
We went from dial-up to Wi-Fi. Yes. So how are we not
at 16?
We was experiments.
How did you grow up? How did you grow up with internet? The internet wasn't even around when you was growing up.
Yes,
from the age from 1 to 16, it wasn't even around.
That's like them being one and the internet is there, but they don't understand what the internet.
They understood it when they was 5 years old.
We grew up with it.
They had to listen. These kids got tablets at 3 and 4 years old.
For the internet, we had dial-up.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. When the internet came out, we was 16. We had dial-up. We
didn't even have video. We didn't even have none of that shit.
We had forms. That's back when you had forms. You had forms. It wasn't.
We had that. But listen, we was almost adults though. You were 16.
Okay, but still, we understood what the internet was.
Son, we was just learning the internet. That's when the internet was just being born.
And we continued to learn it. That's what I'm saying.
Well, we didn't grow up with it. We grew up without internet. We grew up with cable television. That's what we grew up with.
We invented the wheel.
That's what we grew up with.
We invented the wheel.
We definitely did not invent the wheel.
We invented the wheel.
We didn't even invent the wheel.
We went from landline, dial-up to Wi-Fi. We seeing all of it. AI. Now we seeing all of it.
The first big stars on YouTube were all YNs. I think Soulja Boy was always one of the first pioneers.
We was the guinea pigs for internet. Just like SOLs.
I can't agree with you on that.
We was the guinea pigs for SOLs, 1995.
I want to hear y'all opinion.
We were the guinea pigs for everything.
Did you grow up with the internet?
Were the guinea pigs
we grew up in the cable age. That's what we grew up with. We didn't grow up in the cable age. You were 16 when the internet came out. That's not growing up with the internet.
Cable came out when you probably was like 6. I wasn't even born.
We didn't have cable when I was 6. That's what I'm telling you.
Okay.
We didn't have cable till like the 80s, bro. That's when you were born.
81, exactly.
So you was in the cable age. That's what I'm telling you. You grew up in
by
the time you were 5, you were switching channels on the TV.
We still had probably 5 channels. But
I'm saying, you grew up. We didn't grow up with the internet.
Later on,
when the internet came, we were already.
We started with
15, 16.
We knew how to do this.
We knew dial-up, yeah.
Go to dial.
But we wasn't. We didn't grow up in the internet age. Nah. Yeah. These kids was 3 years old. They knew how to use the tablet. They were showing the adults how to use stuff.
They wasn't 3 years old in 96. Is my 81 to 96.
I didn't say 96. I said everybody that was born after the whole internet age, they knew how to use. They was actually born in the internet age because when they was 3, they knew how to use computers.
It was part of it. We knew how to use computers when
not when we was 3. Came out. We didn't know how to use computers until we were 16.
Man, that wasn't the internet. That was Oregon Trail, son, and Carmen San Diego, that was the internet.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so we didn't grow up with that. That wasn't the internet. You just said it.
We grew up in the internet era, though. No. We knew what the internet was. That's what I'm saying. That's my whole point.
We knew what it was, but we didn't grow up in it.
Computer. That was computer. That wasn't the
we
internet.
Didn't grow up in
no
the
such
internet.
thing as an
we
internet.
We grew up in the computer age. We didn't grow up in the internet age.
My age bracket, the millennials, we were the guinea pigs for the internet. We understood to go online. .com.
When you were in high school,
HTTPs.
When you reached high school,
HTTPs
they doing it now in kindergarten.
You know, that's cool.
They in kindergarten. So. They the actual ones
I hope
who grew up in
we
it.
seen Wi-Fi. We seen dial-up. We seen Wi-Fi.
We were here before all of that. Is what I'm saying. We was here before all of that.
We talking about Oregon Trail like that's internet. That don't count, man. You know what I'm saying?
You played Oregon Trail.
I know we did, but that was
so we didn't grow up with it. That's what I'm saying. We didn't grow up with the internet. That's what I'm telling you. We didn't grow up with the internet. But once the internet
came, we progressed with it. We started when it started.
Listen, the whole point of this,
we grew up with it.
No, we did not.
We went from 16 to seeing it have landline.
We grew up with computers.
To Wi-Fi.
Computers and internet is two completely different things.
Smartphones, flip phones, all that. We was the guinea pig for all that.
We didn't grow up with it.
Nokia phones.
We didn't even have cell phones.
We was the guinea pigs for everything.
We didn't even have cell phones when we was in high school.
We was the guinea pigs.
And we was getting out of high school when we had
guinea
cell
pigs.
phones.
The Nokia joints you could drop on the ground.
Yeah, we was in high school. These kids got phones. These kids got Galaxies and iPhones. My kid got an iPhone. He's 10 years old.
We seen the progression of. That's my whole point. We seen the progression of it. It's not about.
But we didn't grow up with it. It's a difference.
We grew with it. How can we not grow up? We didn't grow up with it.
We didn't grow up with it.
We grew up.
Listen, it's a difference.
It's not.
It is. You just said we grew. Listen,
exactly.
Hold on. Listen to me for a second.
Go ahead. Because I know what you're gonna say.
You said we grew with it.
Exactly.
I said we didn't grow up with it. That's the difference. If you're
grown with something, that's not.
We didn't grow up. Okay. What years do you consider growing up? From a child, what years do you consider growing up?
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when you're able to understand. If the internet drops, we understand. We're not wondering what we know. Cable's out, but we don't understand cable is. We grew up with it till where it grew. It came out when we were able to understand and control.
We were able to understand it before that.
And then it grows.
It wasn't even here.
It progresses.
We didn't grow up with the internet.
Yeah, we did. We seen all levels of it.
We're gonna close on that. But I want everybody in the chat to let me know if you grew up with the internet. If you was born in '81, did you grow up with the internet? Do you consider you grew up in the internet age if you was born in '81? I say even if you was born up to '86, do you consider that born in the internet age? I don't think so. My man does, but I want to hear what y'all got.
Remember 81 through 96. So hey,
I didn't say 81 through 90. I said 81 through 85.
We still.
I think if you were born in '96, I think you was in the internet age. That's a millennial. You was in the.
We all millennials. 81 through 96 is millennials, right?
No. According to what on one page you say, because you say you're not a Generation X, but Wikipedia say you are.
You keep going Wikipedia.
I'm just telling you. So which one are you going by?
I'm going on just Google. I'm not doing nothing says Wikipedia.
What are you? It's a page that Google is getting that from. No, go to show more info right there. Where you getting it from? From right there.
That's Google, bro. That's Google.
There you go. That's what it's on right there. So you going by
Britannica. Why not? Encyclopedia Britannica is not good to go off.
Who the hell uses Encyclopedia Britannica in this day and age?
Y'all comment on that. Who uses
Everybody uses Wikipedia.
You could go in there and put in.
The millennials don't even know what the hell Britannica is.